All right, what's going on, everyone? My name is UCopy, and in this video, I like to talk about some of the things that what I'm looking at from current BBBY, and also making a comparison between GameStop and Hertz, and also BBY too, how they went through the ascending channels before making a bigger move. Also this week, I'm filming this in July 23rd, and then it's interesting, there's a lot of fun news coming out, and even people who got out of this play, they're just kind of like throwing whatever their thoughts on Twitters and making a mess. It's okay to share their thoughts, but I just feel like basically they have no idea what they're looking at in terms of the technical chart or indicators. So I just want to throw this out there so that people can aware what's going on and then see the things that what I'm looking at. So let's look at the current BBBY chart right now. So this is the where we at. Like I said, this thing on PP show before, we are actually having a very strong bottom here. It creates a very strong bottom and never push back downside. Although they try to push back downside last Friday or Thursday, they cannot push downwards from here. It's just create a very strong ascending trend. And then and before I get into what ascending trend is, I'll just walk you guys through what that is before I jump into this thing. So this is from the Investopedia, ascending channel definitions. What is ascending channel? Is basically a price action contained between upper sloping parallel lines, higher highs and higher lows, characterized by these price patterns, and technical analysts construct ascending channel by drawing a lower trend and connect to the swing lows. Basically, so that's sort of like the idea what it is. So basically the like I said, just make it simple. The bottoms are moving up, bottoms are rising, it doesn't come back down. So it's just a very bullish pattern here. So as you can see here, these channels are commonly used in technical analysis to confirm the trend, identify the breakouts and reversals. After this channel has been created, after that there's also breakouts. So they some of the trader, they use this thing, right? Ascending channel basis is a form when the price actions can be contained within two upward sloping parallel lines. So it's the same thing, so it's making higher highs and higher lows. And then when this thing is happened, the ascending channel is considered bullish. There you go. So that's the kind of like the definition of it, and then what that is, right? And then yeah, basically it says it's a bullish sign, right? So like I said, we are entering a new bull cycle. And AMC just broke out last Friday. So Nikolai is also squeezing. So we are kind of getting into a new bull cycle, or some of those heavily shorted stocks such as meme stocks or altcoin, things like that. So we just saw that definition of it. So let's get into it, right? So right now BBY is currently going through this upper movement, right? And then what's going to happen here is we're going to start to experience some sort of like the breakout points, right? So I created a breakout points last time. Basically, when you look at the GameStop also went through this same channel here. Before I show this to you, I want to show you how Ryan Cohen timed it perfectly on that time when he revealed his stake, right? So when you look at the weekly chart, so as you can see, this is a weekly GameStop. There's a time that there's a cycle where there's a upper trend, and there's a cycle where it's a downward trend, right? There's an upper trend and downward trend. This is a 200 moving average. The yellow line is 200 moving average, and also the 360 moving average, which is the pink line. When this pink line is crossed here and above on this 200 moving average, that's considered a new bull cycle. So GameStop was about to enter a new bull cycle, and when this thing flips, 180 moving average, which is the blue line, is on the top of the yellow 200 moving average, it's considered a bearish cycle. So that's what you see here. So right now the completely opposite side. And the interesting is it was at the end of the panic formation, and it will start to getting into a new bull cycle in 2020 August. And Ryan Cohen revealed his stake 9.8% in GameStop on August 30th, which is the end of the this panic formation, and we start to making this ascending trend, which is what I just told you about, right? So when we go back to GameStop, I think he schematically purposely announced on that time, and then he created this ascending trend, and this ascending trend went about almost 150 days before breakout on January 2015. So this thing happened. It could happen for long term sometimes, but sometimes it could happen shorter time. So let's look at BBBY, right? July 27th to August 1st. This happened also here, same thing, 200 moving average, 360, also on the top. Yeah, this, it went through this type of zigzag pattern, but then bottoms are, slowly inclining. So, after that, there's a, breakout points and slowly going down, same thing again, and then also breakout points. So right now, BBY is also making the same thing. BBY hit the all-time low before got into OTC. BBY is start to create this ascending trend, right? So same thing with the HERTZ. HERTZ also filed Chapter 11 reorganization plan, and this is the article they released. So on March 2nd, they released the Chapter 11 reorganization plan, which what happened to BBY recently, and they really just there's really not much news about the our shareholder plan, right? For the shareholder, what's the plan for it? It seems like likely to be a bad scenario. However, HERTZ went through the 3 different amendment, right? When that happened, it hit the bottom, but it started to create this ascending channel here, for about 50 days. And what happened after that is start to breaking out right before even the 3rd amendment, which says that it's gonna save the shareholder. Technical analysis wise, it already knew that it's gonna start to move upside. It was around May 11th or something in 2021. HERTZ announced the 3rd amendment, which saved all the shareholder pretty much, and then it broke out, right, and created another ascending channels or some sort of like a bull flag, and then boom, shoot up again, right? So this type of thing is very similar. It's shown here, very similar to also BBY August run, similar movement, ascending trend and breakouts, shoot up and come back down, creating a bull flag, and then boom, shooting up here. So we, that's more like something that I'm looking at, right? So BBY is currently going through about 79 days. From the early May that got into OTC to now. It can be really boring price action. However, I wanted to show you one more thing about why it's going through this type of thing here. This is the graph that I grabbed it from long time ago, and it's schematics accumulation. So there's a different type of accumulation here. There's a cup and handles. You've probably seen it quite a lot. There's head and shoulder. You also probably heard a lot of times. Double bottom, ascending wedge, and ascending channel. So there you go. So this is the accumulation. So it could be also a good period for also market makers or hedge fund or institutions that they're somehow maybe a way to suppress the price, but they're buying under this price. Not only just a retail investor, but I think market makers are preparing something before they blow up. So who knows? So anyway, so this is sort of like accumulation period, so I just want to let you know that. Imagine this, it's somebody is, or market makers are pressing really hard this spring, and then let other institutions or let other hedge funds to maybe or brokers to buy the stocks. When that phase is done, and when they release, the spring is just shooting up, right? The spring is just a release, and then boom, you shoot up. So I think those are the things that I just want you to kind of like see where we're actually going through. So now you look at HERTZ scenario from the HERTZ chart, GameStop chart, and also BBY end of July and August run. You see very similar patterns, and this is kind of where we're sitting at. Well, as you know, BBY last month, 6th Street is considering acquiring the company. They're planning to use 500 millions of its company's debt to bid, right? And that strategy was used by the call Icahn. This is filing from February 2024 this year, And what he fund use is they looking for undervalued assets, and they are also this is one of the strategy led by Mr. Icahn, and seek to acquire security that trade at discount. And then one of the thing he does is he buy the depth of security of the company. It's very clear signs to me that the 6th Street's bidding process seems to be something that Carl Icahn use. And then also when you look at this 6th Street here on the filing, this is represented by Duane Morris LLP, and Duane Morris LLP, when you look at it, he has experience managing a team of attorneys on behalf of Carl Icahn, so that's very clear. And also help a company that went through reorganization in Chapter 11, and then yeah, working for Carl Icahn. It was very clear. A couple weeks ago or a week ago, this is from the court hearing, and what the lawyer mentioned is they're negotiating with the 6th Street, which is Carl Icahn. They're looking for to find a successful path to exit the Chapter 11 cases. So it was very positive sign, right? So I do think that Carl Icahn is gonna to acquire the company, and it's something that is something that we already kind of knew. He was one of the guy that maybe first acquired the company and then probably spin off to RC, Bye Baby or something like that. But yeah, that will be the case. So we'll see. Carl Icahn stock recently got affected and stuff, and then target by short sellers. He's also managing all the plans and then finding a way to buy the company, so maybe he needs a lot of cash, right, for the leverage buyout. Also, BBY debt recently got trimmed from the $5 billion to $1.7 billion. So imagine if he acquired a company with more than $500 million, the company could, and then if company exits the Chapter 11 cases, basically they could start with the no debt, and then they could just, yeah, could be a cash neutral. So yeah, it's very interesting move right now. Also, Carl Icahn has his own private company called West Point Home. I believe that he acquired this company through Chapter 11 about 10-12 years ago or something like that, or 13 years ago. And then yeah, also this West Point Home sell same products like what BBBY sell. It sells bed sheet, blankets, pillows, and all that stuff. So it does make sense that he could acquire BBBY. And also in January, Carol Flaton joined the BBBY as a board member, and then she also helped Carl Icahn's XEROX and HP M&A in 2020. Interesting is when you see the HP says Carl Icahn is beyond XEROX takeover. So I think this type of news could release probably early August. In terms of TA, I'm looking for the breakout points, and I think this could be the trigger. Maybe there could be a news or filing that could come out from the court hearing that could maybe sort of like release the identity who the acquirer is, and I think that will be the first breakout points. And when Carl Icahn buy the stock, or if he when the media says okay, Icahn is in the play, basically it has the definition of Icahn Lift, so the stock price will move upside very aggressively, and it's called Icahn Lift. So yeah, one last thing, he mentioned this last time. He's planning on something that these guys will never forget. When he says these guys, it's a short sellers, right? He mentioned this right after he got attacked by Hindenburg Research, those short sellers. And then yeah, let's find out what he's planning on, and then yeah, I really believe that he's involved in it for sure. And then yeah, let's find out how the stock price move when we really find out about Carl Icahn's involvement in BBBY, right? So yeah, that's for today. So yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching this video, and then have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.